Warpugs, here we are with SsethTzeentach. This is the Synthetik review, and this is the Ultra Violence Edition. So, we already know that we're going to be going into something that we're going to vastly enjoy, and it's going to expand our knowledge and give us hope for the future. It's not really going to do that. It's going to make me cry. I already know. Warpugs, SsethTzeentach, the last time we saw anything was the Acheron, the Screen Vomit Edition. I don't know where he finds some of these games because I've never heard of any of them before. But when it comes to finding games and finding ways to simply destroy them, look no further than Seth. He is the best at this. He is the greatest at this, and we acknowledge his greatness every day. Warpugs, praise Seth. Anyhow, I'm gonna have all of his links in the description down below. You guys need to check him out if you haven't already. Oh god, he has reviewed the 8-bit graphics to the oh my god, what am I looking at? He has taken a look and given us his insights on everything from the pure to the absolutely pariah-inducing games that I will say nothing more than, there was a game that he reviewed where you breed things, and, if you just take it as Slaneshi as you possibly can, you'll understand. Let's get into the Synthetik review. Let's go.
Hey people.
Hi.
Seth here. Today, I have a single question.
What's that?
Do you enjoy violence?
Yes.
Of course you do.
Yay.
It's a part of you. And who are you to deny your own nature? So come with me, and let me show you some real ultra-violence. And let's dehumanize ourselves together.
Okay.
Welcome to Synthetik. Synthetik is a tactical roguelike shooter. It's also one of the best damn games I've ever played. There's barely any story, reason, or words in this game. It doesn't need them, because Synthetik is a mute symphony, where the instruments are high-caliber firearms, the music is gunfire, and the orchestra is a 10,000-strong legion of genocidal murder bots, who, unfortunately, are very sick, and the only cure is a bullet through the cranium. Synthetik is amazing, and I'm gonna cream over how much I love it. Unfortunately, before we can experience joy, we must experience mechanics. So let me tell you about guns. Gunplay. Pretty simple. You aim, shoot, and turn with a mouse. Moving and shooting at the same time is usually a fantastic idea if you plan on missing every shot and getting Swiss cheesed by the enemy. You need to stand still.
Getting Swiss cheesed by the enemy, if you do not know, is a very bad thing.
To stabilize your shots. If your bullets connect, they do damage. If your bullets connect with someone's synthetic cranium, they do considerably more damage. As each round leaves the chamber, your gun will begin to sound more and more hollow. So, like any reasonable human being with a basic grasp of first-person shooters, you press reload and accidentally eject your entire magazine. You get cornered, shot, and shot repeatedly. So, what happened there? Mechanics. You can't just reload in Synthetik. No, to reload, you have to manually eject your magazine, click in a new one, and continue shooting. This might seem awkward at first, but once you get into the rhythm, it really becomes second nature. Oh yeah, fun fact, each time you pull the trigger, you cause a localized explosion inside the gun barrel. And a much lesser known fact, explosions could be described as incredibly warm. Take too many shots too fast, and you'll be holding the ballistic version of a rice cooker. Also,
I got a feeling I know where he's going there, and I got a feeling that I wish I didn't know where he was going there.
So, next time you pull the trigger, you might hear a click instead. That's not a good sound.
No.
It means your gun is jammed, and you better unjam it real fast if you plan to continue staying alive. There's absolutely no way to predict it, but you should consider and anticipate it before you rush headfirst into a crowd and slam the trigger, only to be greeted with a single click and deafening silence. Now that you understand gunplay, let me tell you about gameplay.
Okay.
First, you gotta pick a class. There's 8 of them, each with their own unique specialization. Riot Guard shoots Methadone to numb his sensation of pain, walks through entire volleys of missiles, and kills hover tanks twice his size by slamming them full speed with a piece of plastic. He's a thick boy, but he's not ashamed of his weight problem. He's just bulking, and if anyone disagrees, they get stun locked forever. Breacher shoots Methadone and shoots hot loads of lead.
I got a feeling Methadone's going to become a repeating theme in this.
Inside his enemies, he's Riot Guard, except instead of survivability, he's got a low cooldown satchel charge that can be used to commit instant suicide because you accidentally right-clicked while facing a wall. Snipers are all about money. They get fat credits. If you pop a head, you get that gamer bread. And in a game that's all about money shots, he gets a fucking laser sight on his right-click for pinpoint accuracy. Assassin can do this. Did you know enemies get attracted to sound sources and follow regular patrol patterns? Now you do. If you use this knowledge to lure in an entire clown car squad of enemies, you can also do this and refill your entire health bar. Assassins are also hilarious to play in multiplayer. Heavy firefight, overwhelming odds. Just go invisible. I'm sure the other player can deal with it just fine. Ranger is the class you play when your friends ban you from playing Assassin. He doesn't have invisibility, but he does have a custom-made Japanese vibroblade from AliExpress.
There you go.
It folds itself 1,000 times every millisecond, which also leaves quite a cut inside anyone unlucky enough to get in his way. The best feature of playing Raider is dog tags. Dog tags are objectively the most important measurement of your own ego. Collecting them is imperative to your survival, but more importantly, to your credibility as a gamer.
Yes, the advent of dog tags makes it to where you can dab and do the Dougie over the bodies of your foes with limited care for their future mental health.
It's true. I might have not helped in any team fights and just spent my time camping corners, but you know what else is true? I've collected significantly more dog tags than my partner over here. So who truly is to blame for our untimely demise? It certainly isn't me. Heavy Gunner is a slow-moving 3D printer on legs. If you enjoy cruising through levels at breakneck speeds that make mobility scooters, pensioners, and children born on landmines seem fast in comparison, then you'll love the Heavy Gunner. Conversely, Engineer is a class for the insane and the unhinged. It's also one of the most interesting. The very essence and strength of the Engineer is gambling. Roll the dice, take the chance, wager your entire life, double the credits, or go broke. Buy everything, throw it all away, only to get it back tenfold. Abandon reason and lose yourself in gambling. And if you can't take that risk, you'll never experience the complete ecstasy of playing Engineer, because you're...
Remember, the loot boxes aren't a gambling tool. They're simply a feature that enhances the gameplay experience.
Your lows are the lowest, but at your highest, you become a self-propelled demigod of RNG. And finally, Demolisher is the only class with a dedicated button for team killing. After choosing the class that best defines your qualities as a human being, you still need to pick a loadout. This is your starting items and modules, all unique to your class. There's a lot to choose from to suit your strategy, provided you have one. If you don't, you don't have much of a life expectancy, but don't let that stop you. Hit that start button and you'll warp right into Kaida Corporation HQ, world leader in a field of AI robotics. Coincidentally, those aforementioned robotics have gone a little rogue, and if
this is a problem
to stop them, they're about to go a little nuclear. So
now, you see, this is the problem with AI. You don't want to be giving it any ideas.
If possible, try and stop Armageddon.
No
pressure. Your objective is simple. Kill everything. Once you're done with that, take the teleporter to the next floor. Have a quick peek at the huge red flashing danger symbol that's covering your screen, and get wiped by the first boss in the game. Die, go back, and try again. The better you do, the bigger your body count. The bigger your body count, the higher your terror level. The higher your terror level, the more you've pissed off the Machine Legion. And how seriously they start to take you. Their reflexes will get faster, the game gets faster, and the music screams louder to the intensity of your firefights. They'll no longer send grunts after you. They'll send elite kill squads juiced on stimulants to shred you instead. And
see, this is where you stop meeting top flight security and start meeting special forces. I love a game that responds to you and gives you what you need as a gamer to keep on moving forward.
Of each floor, these only get more and more ridiculous. Here's a few of the many wonderful murder bots you'll encounter, all of which are seething with a burning hatred for all natural life. In no particular order, these are ball busters.
Ball busters?
As I've heard them referred to, why is this basketball accelerating towards me? And why am I dead 20 seconds after starting a level? Jihadi spider bots. More jihadi spider bots. Jihadi spider bot mom bots, which give birth to more jihadi spider bots. Alarm bots, which scurry away and start screaming the moment you commit a single microaggression. And if you don't shut them up fast, they'll send in child protective services, which really don't care about arbitrary concepts such as cover, walls, or running away. Heat-seeking missiles. A lot of heat-seeking missiles.
It looks like it.
Miniguns on legs. A fucking plane. Lasers with motion tracking. And finally, this thing. Not to be confused with that thing.
Madness Accelerator? That's a name.
Know an easy way to tell between them? One of them shoots fast enough to melt concrete. The other uses an orbital satellite to melt you instead. Good luck out there. You'll need it. You can't predict what the game will throw your way. Each run is completely randomized, and by this, I don't mean several crates have been reshuffled. I mean, I just dice rolled double or nothing with a gambling terminal. Won the bet, bought an ultra-class sniper rifle with the proceeds, only for the transaction to glitch and leave my credits untouched. Then I blew my own brains out with my own gun. Because that Nemesis Ricochet is no joke. Among the chaos, there's a huge variety of guns. There's around 100 unique weapons in the game, which can be acquired in one of many different manufacturing variants. What does that mean? It means you won't find the same gun twice. For example, here's a Bren anti-air. Let's look at the variant. It's a Siege 5 manufacture. Full automatic, very powerful. And here's another Bren anti-air I picked up in a later run. Notice anything different? That's right, Hyper Burst manufacture. Very devastating. On top of variants, there's damage types. On top of that, there's different types of ammunition, which you can switch between to suit the situation. But we don't have time to explain that shit. Here's some of my favorite weapons instead.
Let's go.
It's called a grenade launcher. It launches grenades.
This is always good when the name of the thing basically tells you exactly what it's going to do. We don't need any fancy naming conventions here.
Need these. Eject them immediately. Switch ammo type to rubber grenade. Because a true warrior does not kill his foes with explosions. He kills them with a raw concussive force of being hit by a huge fucking piece of rubber. This one is called the Chaos Launcher. And here's what happens when I click my left mouse button a single time. Also, you won't believe this. They actually put in the goddamn anti-material rifle from My Neighbor Totoro. Now, I don't watch much anime. I'm not a child predator. But listen to this and tell me you're not a little bit aroused right now. And if you don't like anime weapons, here's a weapon for nihilists. The 420 Sniper Drag. Can you possibly guess the gimmick of this gun? Correct.
No idea.
360 no scopes. It also synergizes amazingly well with the MLG air horn. Hey, I don't have to explain shit. This is a game for men. Anyway, check out my sick rocket calligraphy. It's a long lost and dangerous art form, but it's incredibly soothing in the hands of a trained professional. Items. There's more than 100 items. These come in two forms. Active, which have to be activated, and passive items, which pop off automatically. Most of these are amazing. Others are interesting. These range from common trinkets all the way up to exceptionally rare game changers. Pro tip, if whatever you just picked up is glowing red, it's probably insanely overpowered. It's also probably going to kill you. But hey, learning is fun.
You know, the thing about it is, if you pick up an item in a game and it doesn't have the chance to kill you instead of the enemy, then it's not really that fun, is it? It's not really worth it in the end of the day, is it?
And learning demands suffering. You can find suffering throughout your run. You can also buy them. No money, no problem. Just sacrifice your limbs to the machine god, and he'll reward your good faith with unholy firepower.
Okay.
Why stop there? Every weapon can be tuned up using attachments. Need more firepower? Convert your semi-automatic to full auto. Tired of only shredding one synthetic skull at a time? Add a hyper accelerator and turn entire crowds into liquid. Does the half second of reloading get in the way of your bloodbath? Install a wormhole inside your magazine today, because why not? And if you find yourself doing a little too—
A wormhole magazine? Okay, that breaks all the laws of God and man.
Well on your own, don't worry, because there's always multiplayer. Synthetik has two-man co-op. Under ideal circumstances, this is the ultimate test of friendship and camaraderie.
Try to go stealth and just run.
I can't go stealth, it's on cooldown.
Of communication and effective team play.
Raising terror level.
Oh, in exchange for what?
Nothing.
No!
Under realistic circumstances, this is where friendships die, where
Ah,
friendly
okay.
fire gets committed every few seconds, and where the most commonly spoken phrase is,
This is exactly what I need right now.
Thank
Just
you.
hit you again.
No, I kind of slid into that.
multiplayer is amazing. I thoroughly recommend it.
Okay.
Final score. In Synthetik, every single run is complete madness, but that's the whole charm of it. No run is ever the same. You take and you use whatever the machine god gives you. You learn, you adapt, and you push forward as far as you can. And somewhere in the
But would the Mechanicus be okay with this is the real question that we all have to ask.
misty haze of adrenaline and spent shells, you reach that epiphany, that realization that you are never truly at the mercy of RNG. No, all this time, you are only at the mercy of your own skill. And that's when I realized I love this game. Eventually, however, I did get a little too competent for the base game. That's when you whip out madness mode and hyper adrenaline to give
Okay.
your heart a real workout. This game's amazing, and there's something wholesome and reassuring about the fact that your suffering can be shared with others. In a
Yay!
word, Synthetik is much like a woman. She's incredibly difficult. Originally, this game was just meant to be a bolt-action rifle simulator made by two young German boys named Friedrich Heinrich and Helmut Gottlieb, freshly graduated from Nuremberg University. Then, 3 years of solid work later, it spiraled into this. This game is truly a labor of love, and
It is actually a display of German engineering at its finest.
it really shows. I give Synthetik a final terror level score of 325, which is about to become 350 once I push this button out of my rapidly depleting health bar. I have no regrets. You can grab yourself a copy on Steam or GOG for about 20 bucks. And based on my Ashkenazi arithmetic, that comes to about 28 cents per hour of entertainment. As
Okay.
always, more content to come, so stay tuned. A warm thanks to the many members of the Merchants Guild generously funding and bankrolling these videos. You're all truly wonderful. Words, unfortunately, don't do this game justice.
Okay.
So, without further ado, let me show you some shit.
Let's
Enjoy.
go. Ah, yes. A montage video. Good. An assault on my senses hasn't happened in the last 24 hours. Let's go. Nice. I see numbers, and numbers make me happy. Yes, numbers make me happy. I have no idea what I'm looking at. Yay. That's a lot of stuff. This is another game. This is yet another game. Once again, Seth has shown us a game that I will not play. Simply because my attention span is very limited. And this, the amount of stuff going on at the screen at the same time, no. I can't do that kind of stuff. I need very, very basic, unless, of course, you're talking about League or something like that, where I actually understand what numbers I'm looking at. I don't know, Warpugs. I have very particular taste when it comes to games. Like, from the depths that I've seen from Martin Cito Pants, I like the look of that. Something like this, though, this isn't something I would find myself playing. I do not think, unless Valk con me into it. And if Valk cons me into it, I'll probably wind up doing it. But Warpugs, thank you for joining me. Check out the links in the description down below. I'm gonna take off out of here. And sadly enough, I am worried about the state of affairs of the future, because numbers and AI with numbers. I'll catch you guys next time.